I was managing the project, managing this large project, and I forgot to account for a large portion of the cost. And when someone raised the question to me in the meeting, Sean, when someone raised the question to me in the meeting, I got really angry. And I said, no, we don't need that. And I was very defensive and because I was right, but I was not right, because I had to be right. And it was a mistake, and it was embarrassing, and it was a very big mistake. And it caused a big, huge turmoil of issue, and I was very angry with that individual who raised this properly to me. And I had to leave the office after that meeting and walk away and go for a walk and try to calm down, because I couldn't calm down. I was very upset. And it rolled through a number of issues past that, like where Dorothy had to call me into her office and say this was a huge mistake that happened, and now I need to go to my boss, and it continued. So I mean, that was very emotional for me, because I don't like to make mistakes. And because with social anxiety disorder, it's fear of embarrassment. You don't want to make mistakes, you don't want to be criticized. All of the things came tumbling back that I had been dealing with in a different context. I had one individual, he's a good listener, and I could probably talk for hours and he wouldn't hardly have to say anything, and he would be comfortable with that. So I went and talked to him, and he listened to me, and we went for a walk too. And I came back, and then so he helped me kind of think through, and he was more rational. It's not really a big deal. You know, it doesn't really matter that this happened. You know, I mean, we'll work through it. And then even like when Dorothy had to take this was a big issue, but she still was, you know, we'll work through it, and it's gonna be okay. I mean, in the end, we did. It was fine. It's just work.
You know, I remember having a serious conversation with her, but to me even, I remember the incident, and I remember making some phone calls, and we're both still employed today. So I mean, in all reality, I'm kind of like, yeah, it was probably a sticky conversation, but it wasn't one of those lasting, you know, emotional things for me.